KB Burdett's our lead official as he will stride to center court, step between Wagee and Sherrill, and the tap is controlled by the Tide. Phylon will bring it front court for the Tide. He'll play off a screen from Allen. He'll drive Will LeBaron. Gets to the low block, kicks it out to Amari between the circles. He'll work against Reed. Now over to Phylon. 10 to shoot as LeBaron works into the lane. Stops, looks, hands it off. Nice pump fake by Sherrill. The reverse layup gives Bama its first two of the game and the early advantage. 1 minute into this one. Phylon walking it up for the Crimson Tide. LeBaron 2 minutes into this ball game will take it right side. He'll go to his left. He'll hesitate. He'll work into the paint. Being hounded, he'll swerve away from the defender. Gets the laner to go. What a great move. Not really sure what more Tay Davis could have done. Allen back the other way for Alabama. Amari giving it off to Phylon. Phylon driving against the Yellow Tunsiv, and now they'll work it to the top of the arc, and Holloway over to Phylon. Nice look down low to Allen. He'll hit the cutter. Jemison coming to the basket, who lays it in for two.
Great job.
Reed cut off, fires it over left wing. Phylon, three, short. And the long rebound comes to LeBaron. He'll try it again. That one finds nothing but the bottom of the sack in the bank first. Three-pointer of the game for Alabama. Makes it a 9-5 advantage for the Crimson Tide.
Tough shot, but able to knock it down.
Allen drives, dishes onto the right wing, stepping back. Holloway, deep three, bottom. Another bank first three, back-to-back for the Tide for OU.
But another wide-open three for Alabama. Love the looks they're getting on the offensive end.
Beautiful block by Sherrill, out of bounds on the drive by Davis. Bam a little sloppy there as now the Sooners will drive. Had it stripped initially by Bowen and picked up by Phylon. Good play by Taylor Bowen to Millette. One more to Holloway, back to Millette. Houston will hand it off to Phylon, who gets it back out to Millette. The three, bottom. Boy, it is nice to see him knock down his first attempt of the game in the first half.
You see the talent of this Oklahoma backcourt. That was a difficult shot.
And a tough shot for Aiden Holloway, but he got the runner to go. High arching layup off the glass, and the Tide has knotted the score at 17. Millette on the right wing, back out high to Holloway. 14 on the shot clock as Aiden will work off of a screen, goes to his left, gives it back to Sherrill. He'll hand it back to Holloway at 6, at 5, to Sherrill in the paint at 4, spinning at 3, under control, laid it up and in as he played through contact.
Again, under control, great footwork by the big man. That was one that maybe a year ago he might have turned over or rushed the shot. Ends up with a wide open layup.
21-19 Sooners. They've got the ball. Pack swinging in the lane. Misses the jumper, and Bowen comes crashing in to claim it for the Tide. Holloway will push it ahead. Aiden working to his left. Now backs it out beyond the arc. Swings it over to Allen. Amari on the drive to his right. Keeps going. Goes all the way to the rim. Lays it up. Count it, and he is fouled. The toughness, the strength, the will of Amari Allen to get the bucket to go. Tie it at 21 with 10:44 remaining. He'll have an and one when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. And the free throw is good. And he hits them both. Well, inbounds pass goes to Phylon underneath. It wouldn't go, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. Up to go and made a freebie, but he does get 1 of 2 at this.
Alabama on a 7-0 run, and as you mentioned, 5 of those on that one possession.
Near side with the dribble. His Pack, he'll throw a lob down low. It's patted away on a beautiful play claimed by Jalil Bethia, who checked in on the last dead ball for the Crimson Tide. Here's Jalil working into the paint. Puts up a teardrop and got it to go from 6 feet. He wanted a foul called it in for the Tide, or attempt to do so. Gets it in onto the wing, stepping through. Wow. Beautiful move by Bethia. He's got 4 off the bench in a hurry, and Bama leads by 4.
A couple beautiful moves by Jalil Bethia. Needs to do a better job on the defensive end, but knock down the floater on the previous possession and a beautiful finish at the rim.
Pump fake the kick back to Holloway. His 3 is off the mark. Rebounded by Bowen, and Bama gets a reset to 20. Taylor tied up in the corner. Pivots and needs help, and that's a 5-second closely guarded call. No, it's
got a timeout.
A good job on the part of Houston Millette.
Coach Millette got that timeout. Sooners, Alabama hasn't scored in over 3 minutes.
Here is Phylon hesitating. Now handing it off, getting a return pass, goes to his right, goes down the lane, kicks it back to Sherrill. Open three, bottom. Aiden Sherrill ends the drought for the Crimson Tide with a bank first three and cuts it back to a 2-point advantage for OU. And able to control it for Alabama, getting it front court now. LeBaron, the crossover, the kick, one more pass. Bobo in left corner three, too strong. Rebound tipped up into the hands of Milan.
A great job by Aiden Sherrill as Porter Moser calls a timeout.
Davis drives baseline, cut off by Allen. Now drives in, puts it up, blocked out of bounds by Taylor Bowen.
Thoughts on the first half? They're playing harder, tougher, more physical. We're not handling their physicality. Our guys didn't come ready to play today, so we're going to have to figure this thing out at halftime. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Brian. And thank you, as always, Cook's Pest Control. They present Coach Nate Oates at the half. Give Pests the full court press and call Cooks today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. They're the only one in the league that does that, but those two have combined for only 11 so far in this game. Holloway with it, front court, gives it off into the corner to Allen. Nice look down low, and Sherrill throws it home for the first two of the second half.
That pass had to have some zip on it, and it did. Beautiful look from Amari Allen.
Brown with it on the left wing as Bama's to within 9. He'll try a three. It's up. It's no good. And the box out by Millette has it tipped into the hands of Philon. LeBaron letting traffic go by. Plays off the screen. Kicks it over to Houston for three. Bottom. Alabama, a great start. A 5-0 beginning to half number 2. And the Tide is to within 6.
Game, but a nice start offensively for the Tide.
Brown with it for the Sooners. Gets into the lane, throws a lob to Wagee, who caught it, missed the layup. Tip follow, no good, and rebounded by Sherrill. Bama hurrying the other way with Holloway, going underneath the basket. Aiden will circle away from trouble, throws it outside to Millette. Houston calling for a screen, instead gives it off to Sherrill. Sherrill will flip it and hand it off to Philon. LeBaron into the lane. Tough runner, no good. Rebounded Sherrill, lays it out, counted, and he is fouled. A chance for the and one from Aiden Sherrill as the Tide has come out red hot to begin half number 2.
And getting on the offensive glass, Aiden Sherrill with the dunk on the first possession right there, fighting for the offensive rebound. Alabama in attack mode and coming out with some energy. As we talked about, that was needed for Bama on both ends of the floor, getting stops out and running, and down double digits at halftime. With the pace of play, if Alabama could get it going on both ends, could get back in this game quickly, and they have.
Bama with an 8-0 run to begin the second half. They pull to within 3. It's 44-41 with 18:23 to go, and a steal. Bama throwing it ahead. Holloway to the rim, lays it up and in, and timeout is called by Oklahoma. The 10-0 run for the Tide to begin the second half, forcing Oklahoma to burn a timeout. 18-19 to play when we return. 44-43 now the score. Oklahoma, the slimmest of advantages here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Working against Holloway. Throws it to the top of the arc. They'll throw it away. Great steal by Millette on the throw from Davis. Bama works it ahead. The layup good for 2 by Philon. Transition bucket, and Alabama's regained the lead. 45-44 on a 12-0 run to begin this second half. Grit is a big advantage now for OU. Now left side, Bama, Allen, 3, bottom. He knocks down another bank first 3 for the Crimson Tide, which goes back up 48-46. Now he'll drive again and kick it back out to Allen. Allen working to the top of the arc. 5 to shoot. Allen pulling up from 15. His jumper rolls out, no good, but he's fouled, and he'll have 2 shots upcoming.
Gets to the line.
First free throw up and good with 14:09 to go. Make it a 5-point game as himself front court hands it now to Holloway. Amari playing off of a screen, steps left, shoots a 3, no good. Battling, getting the rebound, and laying it in for 2 was Sherrill. Aiden with a bucket to make it a 3-point game with his way down the lane. Kicks it to Millette. Another 3, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Jemison. Had it stripped from a 3, back to Jones. One more to Pack, all alone. 3, no good. Rebound claimed by Sherrill. Bama works it ahead now to Holloway with the Tide down 3. Holloway to his left, kicks it over. Sherrill for the tie. Bottom. The bank first three from Aiden Sherrill. He leads Bama with 17. It's his second made three of the day, and we are knotted at 55 apiece.
And it was started with the defensive rebound of Aiden Sherrill. He's got 7 boards.
Brown with a dribble to the left wing. Changes direction to the right. Gets inside the arc, kicks it to Jones. Now, 3, Reed, no good. Rebounded Millett as Bama had 4 crimson jerseys in the lane. Right corner with it, Sherrill. He'll pivot, he'll dribble left. He'll drive into the paint. He'll stop, he'll spin, he'll shoot. He'll score over Waukee, and he is fouled. A chance for the and one for Aiden Sherrill as we've come to the under 12 media timeout. 57-55 is our score here in Norman, Oklahoma. Good guys on top on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Amari playing off the screen now from Sherrill. Stops, looks to Phylon with 7 to shoot. Phylon, tough drive to the rim and got it to go off the window.
My goodness, what a play by LeBaron Phylon. Took all kind of contact, didn't have much of an angle to the basket, but able to finish up high. And
lost it, got it back, kicks it over to Allen. Amari on the drive, getting into the lane, puts it up off the glass and in for 2. Great move, Amari Allen. Fall, rebound claimed by Allen. Amari ahead to Phylon. LeBaron backs it out, now crosses over, goes right side, lays it up, got fouled. He was at 76%. They'll work it back out into the left corner. 3 ball is up and no good, and the rebound claimed by Williamson. And the front end of a 1-and-1, good by Phylon. Short again, rebounded Jemison inside, and he gets fouled. Great work by London Jemison getting inside rebound position. Phylon to Millett, to the elbow, and Sherrill. He will pivot, he'll face the basket, he'll dribble right, he'll hand it off to Phylon. He'll get into the lane, teardrop up, friendly roll, got it to go. 2-point contest, it's been stolen by Jones. Sooners with it right side. Driving, losing the handle with the basketball was Pack, and now it's a scramble picked up by Sherrill, and Aiden gets fouled. That's going to be on Jones.
That was a great job in transition defense by LeBaron Phylon. It was a 2-on-1. He was able to knock the ball away. Great hustle by Aiden Holloway. Aiden Sherrill able to get it strong with the ball, takes the contact.
2 shots for Sherrill, and he hits the first.
Concentrating, knocking down free throws, and unfortunately, that's carried over into this game.
Pack on the right wing, Holloway jumper, no good. Rebound tipped and claimed by Millett for Alabama. Here comes Houston, flipping it ahead to Phylon. From the wing for 3, bottom! LeBaron Phylon on the assist from Houston Millett. A bank first 3 pulls Bama to within 73-70 of Oklahoma with 3:38 to go.
Over a 3-minute scoring drought, LeBaron Phylon, who struggled offensively in this one, knocks down a huge shot.
Sooners try to answer. They miss a 3, and it's taken away by Millett again. Bama ahead in transition. Phylon letting traffic go by, getting into the lane, lays it up, missed it. Rebound tip back to Phylon for the tie. Bottom. Let's start over. Deadlocked at 73 with 3:11 to go. Timeout Oklahoma with 3:09 to play when we come back. 73-73 our score on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Tied at 73. Pat brings it front court for the Sooners. To Waukee between the circles. He dribbled to his left, nearly stolen, and it was. Allen took it away. Amari driving ahead the other direction with Davis. 2:44 to go. Davis going baseline. Nearly stolen by Millett. He had both hands on it. Working top of the circle. Works inside the lane. Batted around. Taken away again by Millett. Oklahoma. Bama with the basketball. Phylon. LeBaron down the lane. Kicks it to Sherrill. He'll stop. He'll spin. He'll look. He'll find Millett for the lead. Bottom. Houston Millett. A bank first 3. And Bama leads at 76-75 with 1:50 to go. Now Brown with it out high. Brown working against Phylon. Brown almost fouled. Wasn't. Hands it off to Pack. Pack driving, gets inside the lane to Davis. Wiener is up, no good. Rebounded Sherrill.
The shot Aiden Holloway's made with consistency this year.
Here's Brown driving right, stopping, still with the dribble alive. Goes to his left, goes down the lane, stops, shoots, miss. Rebounded Sherrill, and now Holloway's got it to Philon with 40 seconds to play.
That was a great job of defending without fouling, and Aiden Sherrill once again getting on the defensive glass.
LeBaron Philon says, I got you, coach, as Nate Oates gives instruction. 27 to play, 12 to shoot. Bama the ball in a 1-point lead. Philon on the drive, got tripped, kept his balance. Reverse layup, good! And he is fouled! Oh, mercy! LeBaron Philon falling down. The reverse layup and a chance for the and-one, which would put Bama up 4 with 20 seconds to play.
Nate Oates decides not to call a timeout, but gets his players in the position that he wanted them. Houston Millette with a screen up top. LeBaron Philon takes the contact but doesn't lose his footing. Strong through the play, finishes through contact, and a huge and-one opportunity. He's made back-to-back threes to tie the score with about 3 minutes to play, and now a chance for a huge three-point play.
Taylor Bowen will come in and replace Aiden Sherrill, I believe. Nope, Bowen's going to have to wait. Philon, the and-one. Holloway said, don't bring me out, coach. Philon trying to convert the and-one. He does, and Bama leads it by 4 with 20 seconds to go.
Oklahoma get off the three-point shot.
Platt hits the second. So Holloway, free throw up. Free throw is absolutely perfect.
Three-point game.
Free throw up and good, and it's a three-point advantage for you. Better box out. Free throw up, and he missed it, and we got the board. Amari Allen grabbed the miss. He was fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 with Bama up 1 and 6.3 seconds left. And then defend without fouling. Free throw is good. It's a 2-point lead. Yes, Pack will inbound it with Bowen face guarding it. Pack looking to get it in. Does to Wagee. Back to Pack. 3. No good. Tip. No good. And let's get out of here. Bama hangs on. 83-81. One of their most deadly three-point shooters had a dead-on look. Missed it. The tap in by Wagee wouldn't go. And the Tide hangs on. 83-81 is your final. Tom and Brian will start the recap when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
From just a moment ago, Chris Stewart in the Bama locker room with Coach Nate Oates.
Coach, congratulations. Gutty win against a team that needed a win badly, but your squad just wouldn't let them get it.
Man, we tried to let them get it, especially in the first half. But, you know, we got to figure this out to where we got everybody engaged for 40 minutes. You know, I got to look in the mirror and see what I need to do better to get us there. But, man, Gutty win in the second half to be down 11 at the half, come back, pretty much even it up within 2 minutes. I thought Houston's energy in the starting lineup in the second half was key to that initial run. And then we, you know, settled in. They built the lead back up. Man, it's back-to-back threes by LeBaron. You know, we got to make our free throws better. It should have never got to that point. But, you know, sometimes you got to win games. You don't play particularly well, don't shoot it well at the line. You got to fight through a little adversity. You know, Taylor was, that hand's hurting. I mean, he had to come out the one time. The refs, you know, blew the whistle to get him out. But, man, he played hard. He's turning into the warrior we need him to turn into. Amari's always there. Aiden Sherrill might be a high in minutes for him. And, man, he looked great, large time. So road wins are not easy to get in this league. We eked one out, not playing very good basketball, at least for 20 minutes. But good thing for us, we got a week off to get healthy, get these guys' minds right, and then we got to try to go on a run here these last 13 games.
Coach, I can't wait to go back and look at some detailed stats. I'm not sure I've seen that many
7+ point runs in a ball game from the two sides. I mean, it was back and forth constantly. And when you're not able to get one to go with about 4 minutes to play, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe our run is still to come. And it was, thankfully, as your team's able to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're down 6 and hit those back-to-back threes. But in the middle of all that was a bunch of missed free throws, I felt like. So,
right.
Every time we're trying to take a lead, we couldn't really build the lead, particularly in the second half. So I just, give Oklahoma a ton of credit. They could have come in, laid down on a 3-game losing streak. They didn't. But I give our guys some credit. Stuff wasn't going well. Picked the energy up in the second half. We weathered a couple of their runs there in the second half. And, this would be a good week for us to have off. Like I said, LeBaron, get in the gym, shoot some free throws. London, Amari doesn't usually miss. He's kind of a gamer. A lot of these guys got to spend some time in the gym here this next week, working on their individual games while we get them healthy with Clark.
Coach Hugh Smollett's a guy that really struggled shooting the basketball as of late, but goes 3 of 7 with a couple of big makes down the stretch. He also had 6 rebounds, finished with 12 points that were awfully big in this one.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, his energy to start second half, I thought, turned everything around. He's really all about winning. He's a guy you're always pulling for to, make big plays, big shots. He had 6 rebounds, which is huge. We still got out-rebounded, but we shortened the rebounding gap there, particularly in the second half. So he's a kid we're going to miss after he's done, but shoot, enjoy coaching him, his energy, his attention to detail while he's here. So those threes he hit, the one in the corner, huge. I think that gave us the lead, if I remember right. So Barron hit 2 to tie us. Houston hit 1 to give us a lead. We made some big shots there late.
All right, Coach, now after you're sitting at 1 and 2 in the league, you get 2 road wins to get to 3 and 2 right now, and heading back home once again, and again, a chance to keep some momentum going after you win a couple of games.
Yeah, we're going to have to get healthy, and then we got to, I don't know who we have after Tennessee, to be honest with you. I've been so focused on Oklahoma, and then I just know we got a week off in Tennessee. So we got to lock into what we got to do to get better, in these last 13 games of conference with this week off. It's at a perfect time for us, I think. We got to get healthy. We got to get a scouting report on Tennessee ready to go because they're going to be tough, and we can't bring the energy we brought in the first half and expect to be in a game with them. And then we got to, whoever's after that, you probably know, I don't even know. And we have to bring it. We said we had 2 home games in a row. So we had just the Tennessee.
Sure. One for sure.
It's good. You're just focused on the next game.
That's all. Just like you, Coach. I even forgot there was an off week.
There you go. Good work, Chris.
Always appreciate the time and the critique. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Chris. Roll Tide.
So much more fun after a win. Coach Nate Oates joining us at our post-game visit presented by Cook's Pest Control. Nobody beats Cook's when it comes to superior protection against unwanted pests and termites. Brian Passink, what's on tap next is indeed presented by Coors Light. Crimson Tide fans choose to chill with an ice-cold Coors Light. And what's next is Tennessee after some much-needed time off.
Yeah, and listen, I look ahead. You two guys are focused, and we need both of you focused. But it's Tennessee, then Missouri, a really good Missouri team coming into Tuscaloosa. So got to be ready for 2 big home games, and I'm talking to the fans on being ready. I expect this Alabama team to get healthy and do the things that Nate talked with you about, and that's get better. And fortunately, Alabama's coming off of 2 hard-fought road wins, down double digits in both of those in the first half, but able to battle back in 2 places that aren't easy to play. The Hump was sold out on Tuesday night. Alabama able to battle back from 14 down, and this one, not the atmosphere that the Hump was, not a ton of people in the building, but a tough place to play nonetheless. Kind of reminds me, and we talked about it, for those old school basketball fans that would make their way to Oxford, Mississippi, kind of a Tad Pad vibe in here. And sometimes these types of buildings are tough to play in when they're half full and there's not a ton of atmosphere. But Alabama was able to battle back from 11 down and get a huge road win. The first one ever in Norman, Oklahoma. And if you want to have a chance to compete for a championship, you got to win games like this. And Alabama's been able to win a couple big road games. Hopefully we can come back home and get a few big ones there in Coleman Coliseum.
So again, what's on tap next for the Crimson Tide is indeed the game against Tennessee next Saturday. Coleman Coliseum, the matchup between the Tide and the Vols, a 7:30 Central Time tip. We hope you'll see us in person there at Coleman Coliseum. See the Tide take on the Big Orange with pregame coverage set to begin at 6:30 from Coleman Coliseum. One last note from today's game, though, as we look at our blue-collar player of the game, presented by Maccabee Construction. Build better, be better. Learn more at MaccabeeInc.com. That's MaccabeeInc.com. Our blue-collar player of the game was indeed Aiden Sherrill. He goes 8 of 12 from the field, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, was 1 rebound shy of a double-double as he had 21 points and 9 rebounds in the game. He also had 2 assists and a steal with a block shot as well for Alabama in this one.